I'm Babu K Mathew, and I'm the chairman of 9 educational institutions, one of which won the award for the best educational institution in Kerala in the year 2001. Even though I was born and brought up in a Christian family, I had no personal relationship with Jesus.
In
2005, I tried out something new. It was real estate. In 3 months, I bought 4 mansions, which costed me millions in Indian rupees. I had also made a couple of more deals. When I went to the concerned office to transfer the ownership of the properties that I had bought, I realized that they weren't the real deal. And the ones that I have agreed to buy were also fake. I got to know that I was cornered by the widely spread real estate mafia. I filed a complaint against them in the police station. That very night at 12, my house was attacked by 10 gangsters. They were to slay me in front of my wife and children unless I withdrew my petition against them. By now, my debt grew to 15 million. I was really depressed. I was a person who always helped the poor and the ones in need. I wanted to know the reason behind. One day I saw an ad in newspaper which said, "Do you have any problems? We solve it irrespective of caste and religion." They were fortune tellers, so I decided to meet them. And they said I had these problems because my birth star didn't match my wife's birth star, and he added that I would live only until September 2005. I couldn't believe this, and I decided to meet another fortune teller to get a second opinion from him. He said exactly the same. Altogether, I visited 5 famous fortune tellers in Kerala, and all of them said the same. When all of them said the same thing, I also started to believe this. I asked them if there is any solution for this, and they said that if I do certain rituals, I will have deliverance in my life. I started to borrow more money to meet the costs for these expensive rituals. Even after doing all the things that the fortune tellers asked me to do, I didn't have any peace nor deliverance from my problems, but it just got worse. Seeing all these things happening to me, one day my wife said to me, "You face all these problems because of me, and if I leave, you would be free." When I came back from the office, I was shocked to see my wife hanging dead, leaving me behind with our 2 kids. Just before the body was cremated, my mother-in-law came and asked me, "Why did you do this to my daughter?" Everyone who gathered there believed that it was I who made my wife commit suicide. I was totally broken and felt terribly lonely in this world. No one wanted to hear my side of the story. Another day, a group of gangsters attacked my house for not paying back the bank loans. They held me by my collar. Seeing this, my son came running and held one of the gangsters' leg and begged him not to hit me, but he kicked my son off him. When my 7-year-old daughter came and held the gang leader's leg, he lifted her by her hair and said to me, "If your wife was alive, I could have used her to make money. I could make a lot with her daughter also, and I could give you a share of the profit. I knelt before them, screaming and begging for my children. No one came by to help us. After they left, I couldn't think of a reason to live anymore. So I decided to end it all with my 2 children. I wanted to take revenge on those who cheated me. I had to go through all of this for things that I haven't even done. I've never had to hurt or cheat anyone, but even then I had to suffer. At least after my death, I wanted everyone to know that I was cheated. So I wrote to the chief minister, the opposition leader, the police commissioner, and to my family members. I specified very clearly what had happened in my life. I also wrote to the press club and media because I didn't want the same to happen to another family. After writing these letters, I decided to commit suicide with my children on September 3, 2006. On the 2nd of September, I called my children, took some sugar in my hand, and placed some on their tongues and said to them, "Tomorrow I will give you something like this to eat, after which all our problems will be solved." During our suicide rehearsal, I had potassium cyanide in my pocket. I didn't want to leave my children alone in this world. I knew that without money, my daughter would be sold. So I didn't have a choice but to take their lives as well. Next day, we had the last lunch together. I took food from the plate and started feeding my children, thinking at the same time that I would be feeding them poison very soon. After that, I brought my suicide letter and added, "Now it's 5 o'clock and it's time for me to say goodbye to all," and I signed it. Shortly after that, just before I fed my kids with the poison, I heard a knock on the door. We were really terrified and thought it was the gangsters coming. My daughter opened the door and hid behind it at the same time. When she opened, there was a man wearing black trousers and a white shirt holding a black Bible. I had never seen him before. He came in and asked me, "Are you Babu? I saw you in my prayers, and God told me that you're planning to commit suicide." He told me, "You don't have to commit suicide. God wants to help you." I was really surprised that he knew so much about me. I couldn't believe it. No one else knew about my plans to suicide, not even my children. I saw that there was something special about this man, a powerful and peaceful expression. I knelt down and held on to his legs, begging for help. I told him, "There is no one to help me." The man answered, "You have Jesus." I said, "Everyone has abandoned me. I have no one." He replied, "Jesus will never leave you nor abandon you." I asked, "Why do all these things happen in my life?" Everyone I had asked said it was my wife's fault. But he said, "All things happened so that I would see the glory of God." As advised by him, I started to attend a church. I met the Lord and I started receiving blessings in every aspect of my life. The Lord has given me all that I have lost. He blessed me and my children with abundant peace. He gave me a life partner after 2.5 years, and we as a family are serving the Lord in many countries. We preach about a living God, and His name is Jesus. We have peace today, and we preach Christ's peace.